So, Michael, there are 6,000, nearly 6,000 pages to go through here of tax return information for Trump and his organization. I believe Melania's taxes are also in there as well. Uh, what have we learned so far from the tax returns, and what do you hope will be revealed?
Well, I think we've learned a few things so far, and you're right, it's very early in this, and there will be
Mhm.
much more revealed as we go further. Ultimately, a lot of this comes down to whether or not Donald Trump engaged in strategic accounting or outright fraud, and we don't yet quite know that. There are a couple things that strike me here. First is he took a number of very unusual deductions based on interest on loans that he made to his adult children. And it appears to be that the specific numbers that were deducted are a bit questionable. And so that's one thing that's going to be continue to be investigated going forward. Another piece that caught my eye and something I was really interested in trying to get through the taxes, and so far I haven't had a chance, of course, to get through them all, is the extent to which he makes charitable donations. Part of his appeal was that he's this really rich guy who's also really generous. And for 2019, he made a total of $500,000 in donations. And in 2020, he made a total of $0 in donations. And that belies and sort of undermines this narrative that he has helped to create about himself with regard to his charitable giving. Now, that's not breaking news, but to see those numbers confirmed on paper makes this a little more difficult for him to get around.
What other questions do you have about his tax returns and perhaps even the relationships that he could have had that he may have been accused of having in the past? I'm thinking of Russia here.
Well,
That might be revealed here.
well, one of the things that's already come out, which I find very interesting to your point, to your question, is the fact that he held while president bank accounts in foreign countries. So he had a bank account in the United Kingdom, he had one in Ireland, and he had at least one in China that we know of, and there may well be others that are announced as you get deeper into the documents. Well, that raises all kinds of potential conflict of interest questions. Are those bank accounts there to try to curry favor? Are those bank accounts being used as a pass through for other entities trying to curry favor with President Trump? And so this is the kind of thing that unfortunately raises more questions, at least at this point, than there are answers. And it will certainly impact his presidential campaign going forward because he's going to have to explain this.
And for the Democrats, in just a few days, the Republicans are going to be taking over the House. So then what does this all mean for them?
Well, it means two things. First, the timing of this, I mean, look, the Friday before New Year's isn't a maximum spot for trying to break news, but they're running out of time, so they had to do it today. So that's the first part. They were forced in terms of time to do this. The second part of this, though, is what does it mean going forward? Well, the Republicans have already signaled that they're going to investigate President Biden's taxes. President Biden has been around a long time. He's been in Washington a long time. And my guess is his tax returns don't look anywhere near the way that Donald Trump's do. So, they're going to try to make hay out of it, but there may not be anything there to really latch on to in the way that they want to exact retribution on Democrats the way they believe the Democrats have done with President Trump.
All right, we do have to leave it there. We thank you, as always, for your insights, Michael Fauntroy, Director of the Race, Politics, and Policy Center at George Mason University. Thank you, as always.
Thank you.